explorers, it's Justin again. Glad you can make it on our trip. It's been a hot and humid day, but I've had an amazing time eating some chicken adobo, watching some pickup basketball games, and riding jeepneys around town. Any idea of where we are? We're in Manila, the capital of the Philippines. Manila is the perfect place to practice all the skills we've learned as demographers because this city faces a classic demographic challenge: overpopulation. Manila is the densest city in the world. While New York City has around 29,000 people per square mile, Manila has 111,000 people per square mile. As demographers, we'll investigate Manila's history, geography, and demographic trends to figure out the root causes of Manila's overpopulation and policies the Filipino government could use to address Manila's overpopulation. It's time to put all of our demography skills to the test, explorers. Let's get into it. To understand the root causes of Manila's overpopulation, we need to go back in Filipino history. Take a look at this timeline and identify the migration waves throughout history that shaped the Philippines' demographics. The first humans migrated to the islands, now called the Philippines, around 67,000 years ago in the out of Africa wave of migration. Thousands of years later, around 4000 to 2000 BCE, Austronesian peoples brought innovations like boats, pottery, and agriculture to the islands during the Neolithic Revolution. For the Austronesians, the region we now know as Manila was perfect for agricultural settlement. Look at Manila's physical characteristics and identify what made Manila a geographic sweet spot. Manila's warm, tropical weather and abundant rainfall offered a great climate for agriculture. Manila also had access to plenty of helpful waterways. Manila Bay provided natural protection from invaders. The Pasig River fertilized the region's soil and connected Manila to Laguna de Bay, a large freshwater lake. Throw in other helpful natural resources from Manila's waterways like fish, and you've got a geographic sweet spot. Manila's population became even denser in the Age of Exploration when the Spanish colonized the Philippines in the 1500s. With its prime access to the South China Sea, Spain chose Manila as the colony's capital. How did Manila's status as the capital of the Spanish colony attract more settlers? Focus on the human characteristics of Manila here. Being the capital of Spain's colony in the Philippines made Manila a global hub of political and economic activity. Spain established its colonial government in Manila, which became a pull factor for Spanish colonists to settle and work there. More importantly, though, Manila became the trading center of the colony. Trading activity was a strong pull factor for people looking for economic opportunities. Looking at the Philippines' population density today, Manila has the densest population on the islands. And it's no wonder Manila's ideal geography and history as a capital city have pulled migrants there for thousands of years. These must be root causes of Manila's overpopulation. But what about the Philippines and the world today? Are there any modern day factors that have made Manila's population even more dense? I bet if we analyze the Philippines' modern day demographic trends, we can find more root causes of Manila's overpopulation. Take a look at the Philippines' population pyramid and its stage on the demographic transition model, and let me know if they help explain any root causes of Manila's overpopulation. The Philippines' population pyramid has a wide base, meaning high birth rates. These high birth rates must be a root cause of Manila's overpopulation. As far as the DTM goes, since birth rates are higher than death rates in the Philippines, we definitely know it's in the earlier stages. But is it in stage 2 or 3? The Philippines' rapid urbanization is a big hint. That puts the country at stage 3 of the DTM. Urban areas are becoming denser as people move there for job opportunities, which makes managing urban resources and infrastructure more challenging. Since Manila is the Philippines' biggest urban center, rapid urbanization must be another root cause of its overpopulation. Now, what about migration patterns? Is migration contributing to Manila's overpopulation challenge? Consider international migration first. Are more people immigrating into the Philippines or emigrating away? Look over this migration data and determine if international migration is a root cause of Manila's overpopulation. It looks like the Philippines does receive some immigrants. Migrants from countries like China and the United States likely move to urban centers like Manila for job opportunities. But look at these emigration numbers. Millions of Filipinos have left the Philippines to pursue international job opportunities in countries like the US and Saudi Arabia. Since more people are immigrating out of the Philippines than immigrating in, international migration probably isn't a root cause of Manila's overpopulation. I bet you internal migration is part of the issue then. Look at the migration trends within the Philippines and identify the push and pull factors motivating Filipinos to move to Manila. A common push factor for rural to urban migration in the Philippines is lack of job opportunities in rural regions. And destructive natural disasters like typhoons can destroy entire communities and force internally displaced people to find new homes. For IDPs, safety is a key pull factor that brings them to Manila. And for all internal migrants, Manila's urban infrastructure and job opportunities makes it an attractive place to migrate to. Alright, I think we've used all our demographer skills to identify why Manila is so overpopulated. Now let's see what the Philippines government can do about it. Manila's overpopulation is definitely going to impact its population and its infrastructure. Look at these challenges and identify which ones an overpopulated city like Manila might experience. With its insanely dense population, all of Manila's infrastructure is overcrowded. Traffic jams are common, schools are packed, and hospitals' wait times are long. And lack of affordable housing has forced entire communities to build homes in informal settlements that lack access to key services like clean water and electricity. Finding work can be a challenge too. Manila's dense population is underemployed, and many families struggle with poverty. Because of all these impacts, the Philippines government has taken action with population policies to address Manila's overpopulation. Which type of population policy would be the most helpful for Manila's overpopulation? Manila needs policies that decrease population size. And since birth rates are a root cause of the city's overpopulation, anti-natalist policies are the best choice for this situation. Take a look at these anti-natalist policies that the Philippines government has tried, and think about what the pros and cons of each strategy might be. The Philippines has tried campaigns on social media, like "It's okay to delay," to encourage smaller family sizes. These campaigns are relatively inexpensive, and using social media is a great way to get younger audiences to rethink cultural values around having kids. But these campaigns alone may not be enough to impact birth rates if there isn't any meaningful change to Manila's infrastructure. That's where the Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Act comes in. This 2012 law promised to provide free contraceptives to the public and education on how to use them in schools. Increasing the public's access to healthcare-related resources and education can directly impact birth rates by leading to more careful family planning. But implementing an ambitious law like this is tough. Providing these resources to a dense population like Manila's is really expensive. And changing infrastructure doesn't change cultural values. Large families are valued in the Philippines, and contraception tools are seen by some Filipino families as going against their Catholic faith. Imagine you were giving advice to the Filipino government. After weighing the pros and cons, which policy do you think you would prioritize? Thanks for joining me on this trip, explorers. I was very impressed by how you dove into the Philippines' geography, history, and demographic patterns to find the root causes of Manila's overpopulation. Of course, overpopulation is a complex challenge that won't be fixed with any one policy. But that's exactly why we study demography. Understanding the roots of demographic challenges empowers governments and their populations to innovate and find creative solutions. So, in Manila and in cities around the world, the work to improve quality of life for our populations continues. And now, as a demographer, you are more empowered to join the conversation on how to create a better future for everyone. I'll catch you in our next unit, where we'll be jumping into the topic of culture. Until then, keep exploring. See you next time.